Awesome. So welcome to another Colorless Dark Souls. We're just going to do a bit of housekeeping because there are a few enemies here who kind of have stuff we want. Oh, look who's here. Oh, buddy. I guess he turned hollow despite having already died. At least the ball's already here. We can't fall down again. Smash! It's kind of why I love... Oh, that's right! He gives her a really good shield. That shield is awesome against magic. Forget what I was gonna say though. Oh, you're new? Hello. Does kind of hurt though. I really like this sword. It hurts a lot. You kind of have to commit to an attack with it though. It's like you can't really do it halfway. Also, look at how gorgeous this place is. So we already killed the baddie at the bottom. Now everybody's coming to the party. Okay, folks, you're getting just a little bit annoying. Trying to remember if there's any other knights here, if that was pretty much it. I think that's it. I just went through here. And there's nothing here. I think that was it. Okay, cool. So it's going to be a short little trip to begin with, and then on to the forest. Oh, hello. Wow. Did not expect you. And when you load the game back up, the floor returns to its original state, so you have to be careful. And here we go. So we got what we needed. The dog. It's going to be useful later. So that is that. You'll notice you see Framp spawning over there. Takes a little while. We could go to the catacombs right now, but we won't because it is such a hassle to get back. I'm saving that for later. Also, catacombs are a special place because there's a quirk to some of its enemies. Either you need, again, the appropriate weapon, or you need to be really, really fast and risky. So I'm gonna wait and go for the fast and risky. Okay. Nothing new here. I think this place changes a little bit later, but not right now. Stuff changing around later in the game is one of the cool parts of this game too. It's a lot of neat little touches. Alright, so now today we are headed to that most magical place. Not that place. That place is another kind of a big deal. Nope. Today we are going to the forest.
Well, you need it.
Well, I need anything. Let's see. Can't reinforce those. However, I can reinforce the spider shield, which is really useful. And reinforcing it boosts the stability, which is a big deal because it means it takes less stamina to block with it. I kind of like the spider shield because it has good stats and it's invincible to poison, and poison, you get a lot of poison in the game. So I'm just going to buy some Titanite. And there we go.
Don't get yourself
Not a problem, buddy. He's nice. So now my shield has 59 stability, a little bit better than what it was before. Might make a difference. Because if you get hit when you have too low stability, you go into kind of a stagger, and that's not good. Okay. Hey, Major League, thank you very much. We're off to the forest. The wonderful forest of something that kills us. Can't really go there, but that effect is really nice. So, under the church, under the old church where the blacksmith is, took a while, and now we're heading into the forest. Smush. These things kind of want to hug you, and that's a pain. I love hugs. Big fan of hugs. Their hugs are not fun hugs. And smush. They also leave a lot of moss behind, which is cool. That's actually an area down here. However, if I jump down, I got it, because that's too high. I think there's an item somewhere too. It's hard because I can't see the item glows. Maybe I missed one. Is that what I missed? No, okay. Oh, cool! I can kill him one-handed. That's nice. Do you notice this little thing here? You see, like a couple of at my feet, a couple of grass, and a slightly fuzzier bit of grass. There you are. You can actually kill him if you line it right, but at least I got his attention. Or not their attention. I shouldn't jump to conclusions with animated foliage. Later on, we're going to go to an area that is tied to this one. It's going to be cool. So this big door will not budge unless I have an item. And this is where a whole other area starts. And this is a wall. And behind this wall is a bonfire. The bonfire is a pretty big deal, especially here, because on the other side of that door, once you get to it, is a really tough area. Normally, I would like save up for the item to open this, and then just grind the other area, because it's a really, really good way to get souls. However, that's not a fun stream, so I'm not going to do that. Also, like, this wall is kind of weirdly placed and hard to see, and you really wouldn't know that it hides a hidden path. However, if you just go here and look around, you can totally see the bonfire around the corner. So, if you are observant, you will be rewarded. And that's a really, really cool part of Dark Souls. Okay, so here we are. There's an item here. Grabbing that item will make, you see the fuzzy bastards? Will make about 3 or 4 enemies spawn. Once that item is grabbed, they will always be up and ready every single time I come through here. But I mean, might as well demonstrate it. Because it's an interesting feature. It's one of the rare parts of the game that has like consequences to your actions in a very permanent way, which is, it's a very minor one. Come on. It's a very minor one, but it's interesting. Because it means like these enemies, like as soon as I grab it, there we go. Their trigger is that item there or not? If it's not there, they emerge. So as soon as the area loads, they will emerge because their item isn't there. And that's a neat bit of programming. Okay, so here we have a wall, which is actually a fog wall. And now we are in, oh, this is really cool. Look at that. This is a neat place. And over here is a tree that's blocking me. And if I attack it, it's actually like it kind of dissolves with the same sort of animation as a slime. And if I go through this area here, oh, that's a frog thing, which is now a dead thing. See, there's another tree at the other end, and it's actually moving. Because it didn't expect me to actually come through this area. So I think it's just turning to face me. Or else is it always just... No, yeah, it wanted to face me. It's not doing anything else. Like... And this one I can just easily... And look, it's like roots are actually moving. All this thing does is stand here, slightly move, and wait for me to kill it. Give me a little bit of souls, and it never comes back ever. That's weird. No, hey Trace. That is a very strange bit of design. Maybe they planned to do more with this enemy. Like, it's a forest. Maybe they plan to actually hide sentient trees and have them attack you. But no, could have been budget cuts that says, well, we can't really use them, but might as well do something with these things. Oh, okay. And see, now you have an enemy that wakes up, and a bunch of little enemies that come in. And fighting on multiple fronts is very dangerous. And now you can't see it, but it just cast a spell on me. Now you're mine. That makes me really, really slow also. Just gonna finish off these fellows first. Because they have small attacks. Okay. Ow. That almost killed it. Okay, cool. The worst thing an attack can do is in our Dark Souls, is almost kill an enemy. Oh, that's right, they drop green blossoms. Not to be confused with the Gen Blossoms. Which are a cool band I listened to way too much when I was a teenager. That's a giant lake, also known as something that terrifies me, so I will not be looking into it. These enemies, like, they're kind of frogs with big manta ray flaps. They're interesting. Is there something? I think there's an item. Oh, there it is. I think that's it for this area. But there is a little, like, stairwell on the other side, and that's where the actual good thing lies. There we go. You can't target... Oh, nice, the sword. You can actually use that? Nope, 40 strength. Even two-handed, I can't do it. Like, these enemies can't be hurt while they're getting up. However, you can hurt them when... Like, there's a very specific frame starting from which they can be hurt. So it's all about timing and starting your attack so you can... So it hit lands just when they're vulnerable. Also, the ring I just got. Wolf Ring boosts poise. That's the ring of Artorias. Artorias, who was kind of a big deal, and also linked to this area. So, poise. What is poise? I have 0 poise. This gives me 40 poise. Poise determines... It's a fun word to say. Poise. Also, it determines whether or not I get staggered by an attack. Some armor has poise, some doesn't. Usually poise is linked to the bigger, heavier armors, which also tend to be the armors that like make you slower. Poise is kind of a counterbalance. The advantage of poise is you can attack, and if you get hurt in the middle of an attack, you won't be interrupted and go to your hurt phase. You will just keep swinging. So when you just want to like muscle through a hit, poise is what you want. Kind of like that. Like, his attack wasn't enough. Like, not sure how it works. It didn't do enough poise damage to actually stun me, which might be a result of me having put that ring on. Alright, get rid of the ads, then hit the big person. It's great when he goes to do that attack, that magic thing, because it means I can hit him while he's doing it. And now we have the night stuff. I'm kind of tanking these hits now, and it's great. There's a range limit to that spell. So long as I'm far enough, it's not going to hurt me. Or affect me, I should say. However, as soon as I get back in range, then it's kind of like a permanent thing around him. Or around it. It's really just animated armor. Alright. So, quick armor check. As long as I'm under 30, I'm good. And the Elite Knight stuff is interesting, but it's a bit heavier. Looks cool, though. So, okay, right. Ragdoll. I believe there's something else here. Ah, yeah. That's what that sound was. Another enemy. As soon as I step past a certain part. And they're easy to see here. You see like those little snake heads? So if I turn off the effect, you see they kind of blend, like there's clearly a lizard on that tree, but it blends a little bit more into the environment. But here, like it's clearly there. So I can just kill it. Get the partisan, and sometimes, I forget what they drop. I think they drop... Oh right, I think they drop egg vermifuge, which like gets rid of like parasites, which is a thing in the part of it. So there should be... Oh, there he is. Could not tank that. So just like in Bloodborne, finishing an enemy with a bullet, like finishing them off with a crossbow bolt is a... And that reminds me, I need to go buy some crossbow bolts. I need to remember where I can find crossbow bolts, because having that... I'm going to need that crossbow in the next area. So I'm just going to have to remember where it is. Maybe the merchant in Undeadburg has them. I'm gonna have to check. Was there an item here? I don't remember. Okay, so I think this is it for this area. Next up is the boss. So, I'm gonna go back to the bonfire, become human, and come back because there's an NPC that I need to summon. There we go. Thank you, bonfire, for being there. Oh! Yeah, when enemies are too close, bonfire stopped working, and now it's back. Not enough to level up, but I can repair my stuff. I could have two... Oh, I do have a slot. Ah, liquid power within, might as well. Oh, I need to pop a humanity. Actually, might as well level this bonfire up while I'm at it. That's a cool animation. Like, to consume humanity, you crush it and absorb whatever comes out of it. Which is kind of creepy. Okay. So, time to go. We'll be summoning some help. And as predicted, they're here. I'm taking care of them now because otherwise they will... Oh, wow. All at the same time. That's cool. They're going to be a bother if I don't take care of them now. Now I can pretty much just skip this entire place, which is very Dark Soulsy. You learn an area, spend a lot of time in it, and when you're doing a boss run, you just pretty much skip all of it. If I get too close, those snakes will attack me. There we go. So, I can't see summon signs, but I remember where they are. And this is where Beatrice is. Friendly witch Beatrice. And being a fan of witches, I always want a witch at my back. Now, while she's summoning, I'm gonna switch to my crest shield, because I'm gonna need some form of magic resistance, because the next enemy is very, very, very into magic. I don't really have a ranged option though, since I haven't leveled up my crossbow like a dummy. But hopefully I'm gonna make it. So the Moonlight Butterfly, which is right over here, and oh my god. Okay, yeah, this... And the fact that I can't really see the background makes this super, super unnerving. Yeah, this is not fun. This, at least seeing the trees calms me down a bit. Otherwise this... Oh, and I can't see the attacks at all. Okay, I can't see any of this boss's attacks. It's a good thing I have a magic shield. Okay, now it comes here, and now we can actually attack it. And then get the hell away before it does that. Beatrice doing a heck of a job. Ow! Hey Beatrice, you mind actually like helping out? We're almost done here. Are you out of spells, Beatrice? Please don't be out of spells. Beatrice, come on. Come on, he's right there. Thank you! Thank you, Beatrice. Much appreciated. So Beatrice helps here, but I specifically summon her because she can be summoned for 2 battles. And if she helps me win both battles, I can get her equipment. And I can be a witch. So all we did here was not for progress, this was an optional area. And we have a petrified blacksmith here who gives us the watchtower basement key, which is very, very important, and the divine ember, which is also important. I'm actually going to use a homeward bone because I have a ton of them. Divine ember means we can upgrade some weapons to be divine weapons, and divine weapons kill undead, like permadead. They don't come back afterwards, which they can do in some areas. So having a divine weapon handy is useful. Still not going to open up that side area. Not the right time for it. I'm going to come back later. Okay. Right below us, you see that pillar? Like right below is where we were earlier. With like the big fake tree thing, that's where it leads. But it's too big of a fall to survive. So I have a ton of souls, so I'm gonna go upgrade that crossbow because that's really gonna be a useful thing to have. And afterwards, we're gonna explore the basin, which is right next door. Basin being another part that kind of terrifies me, but now we'll muscle. Andre, what's good?
One of those might you consider I could produce divine weapons with.
Absolutely, here you go.
Thanks for that. You've made a fine decision. You soon
Andre's
shall
good.
see.
He is good people. So buy a bunch of titanite and reinforce my heavy crossbow. Don't have large titanite, that's alright.
Don't get yourself. No.
Why does he sell bolts?
Well, you
Yes, he sells heavy bolts. Nice. Yeah, sure, 90 bolts, why not? I'm gonna buy a bunch.
don't get yourself.
And then do some inventory rejiggering. Always the most entertaining part of a Dark Souls run, watching someone rearrange their inventory. That's right, I have the Ginger Robe, which is my favorite piece of it. Yeah, might as well switch to that. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to like not wear anything there. Ah, 50 point. Well, it's a sack, so I'm gonna have to remember to level up that. Level up my my carrying capacity. But yeah, look at this. I look like a badass one. And now I have a heavy crossbow, and I can still do rolls. Oh yeah, I should. I'm gonna keep the crest shield because I think I'm up against more magic. Yeah, the soul economy has to be weird in Lord Rat. Like, there's a single currency, you can use it, but it makes a sort of sense that it's valuable because you can use it to become stronger. But people also use them as currency. I'm not sure how they exchange them. Hopefully it's not something like in like in that movie, I think In Time, where Justin Timberlake, like everyone has time written on their palm and it counts down and it's also currency, so you can spend yourself to death. And oh, look at this. Can't really see anything here except like a giant cliff, and that's terrifying. But yeah, that movie was fun because it kind of started trying to take itself seriously, but then devolved within the first 5 minutes into time-related puns, and then I knew it was going to be a fun ride. So I just stopped caring and just went along with it. Like, first 5 minutes, like a poor little girl comes up to someone and begs, saying, "Do you have a minute?" And that's just, yeah, okay, sure. Yep. Someone gives someone else a lot of currency, says, "Don't waste my time." Sure, got it. Absolutely. Let's do this. Let's see how silly we can get with this whole thing. Yeah. These lizards. These little lizards. I think I can drop down. Oh, I can just do that here. Okay. I think there's equipment here. Over there. Leather stuff. Always useful to have leather stuff. And normally I'd go here, but around this part there's something interesting. Oh, and people in the chat are talking about In Time and actually being related to Mario in some way because you pick up time. It's like, oh, this is great. Yes, I'm really into that line of thought. And hey, here's another Dark Knight. What up? I'm just gonna flee and we'll just fight in a place where I can better engage. You control the battlefield. Determine where the engagement takes place. See, you can't really backstab with this weapon, so the character does a sweep instead, which is really interesting. Also notice this knight has a halberd and fights differently. You have a small chance of actually getting that halberd. If you do, like, there are some speed runs that rely entirely on maximizing your drop rate so you can get that halberd, because that halberd can then carry you through the rest of the game very easily. And now we have the Grass Crest shield, which is an alright shield. It's not 100% shield. It will not fully protect you from basic attacks. However, it makes your stamina recharge faster, which is very important. And that's another bonfire. I could go further here and unlock a different area, but I'm not gonna. Because in that area is a bunch of, like... There's a bunch of enemies there which are gonna wreck me. So nothing. Also, the Grass Crest shield is very useful if you're wielding a weapon two-handed, because then your shield is not doing anything anyway since it's on your back, so you might as well have it give you a bonus while it's there. Also, you know what, I realized something. I was just at a bonfire. I'm human right now. So now's a good time to spend a humanity and go boost it. Also, you'll notice I can just access the menus while I'm walking. You can do all of this. You can change your entire equipment while you're walking. There was a great video of someone PvPing and during the battle was constantly changing equipment into entirely different sets. And that was like a really, really neat video. Alright, so we're loaded up. I completely forgot to kindle the bonfire. Spent the humanity, forgot to actually do the thing I was supposed to do because I was too busy talking about stuff. That's me. Go, Alex. That is not the way to the rolling cats. The rolling cats will be much later. God damn those rolling cats. They're really annoying enemies. Ah, got a lot of tension. Strangely, I'm like really tense while I'm on vacation, but you know, I'm trying to relax. So let's see how this plays here. God, this is terrifying. There's a great big expanse of nothing. Do you hear it? That sound of rushing water. Here is a giant tower. That tower is very important. We've been here before, but not on this side. Hello? He was hiding. However, he cannot leave this tower. He's been bound to it. And he killed me. Mistimed my dodge. So let's try this again. Who was that masked assassin? I'm really glad I took the time to actually boost this fire, now that I'm dead. We get to learn more about this character later on in different, as you do in Dark Souls, through different item descriptions. That is Hovel the Rock, a kind of like bishop soldier who was like really tight with Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, who kind of like the big Eagle King around here. However, they sort of fell out of favor, or like he fell out of favor and was more or less banned to this tower in the middle of nowhere. And that's where he stays. Until someone comes and tries to kill him. That thing will pretty much kill you. And this is how most of the fight will go. You can do this anytime. If you're a thief and you have the master key, you can do this very early. However, he will kill you in one hit for most of the game. So you have to be really careful when you engage him. But by just by doing circling around and backstab, you can eventually whittle him down and kill him. And when you kill him, you get one of the best rings in the entire game. There we go. Hobbled. So goodbye, one of these two. Yeah, this one. Hobble, Lord Gwyn's old battlefield compatriot. Carry a heavier load. This turns 60 equip load into 90. It adds 50% equipment load. That is a huge deal. Because now it means I can pretty much wear the heaviest thing I got. Strangely enough, this is like way better. A red skirt is better than like night leggings. I'm not arguing, because like a skirt, go skirt. I can equip up to 45. I kind of like stuff that lets me see my hair though, so check this out. This is more like a knight. And I can still do these rolls. So, and if we go to the top here, yeah, you're gonna carry that weight indeed. All the way to the top. We're backing on that bird. So we could have been here pretty early. But this door requires the master key or the key I just got. So now I've got some pretty good stats. I got a lot of armor, which I could be upgrading. But you get armor very frequently in this game, so I'm waiting until I get a really good set. And now we have these golem thingies. Why did that golem thing die? Well, again, it's down to something you can't see. But you can hear it. And whatever it is, it's hurting me too. So, how? Now because of the mod, you can't see what's up there, but I know what's up there. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, this is my biggest nightmare right here. Just like a big expanse of nothing and a giant monster coming out of it. Okay, the big problem with this thing is getting close to it. Oh my god, this is not a fun place. This is really not happy. Oh my god, I have to look somewhere else. Jesus, oh my god. Oh, and though you can clearly see, I'm in the water right now, and that is the water's edge. And I can see it very, very clearly here. Normally, this would all just be water. If you wander too far in, you fall off and die. But here you can see the whole monster. This is fascinating, as terrifying as this is for me. This is like really interesting to see everything, and I'm sweating, and oh my god, this is... One head down. That's how we deal with Hydras. We kill them one head at a time. Gonna switch this for this ring, which lets me walk in water. Now I just have to memorize the pattern of how it attacks and strike at its head. Not get too far because then it launches its attack. Nope, didn't hit him. Okay, I need to... Okay, that was a hit. The Hydra dies either when you cut off all of its head, or when its hit points drop to 0. So you can just hit the body with arrows forever, or you can get in deep and chop some heads. It's an interesting rule because if you do enough damage to a few heads, the rest of the body will die just because of the trauma. Two heads, 5 heads. Just have to not throw myself into the abyss. There is, that was enough damage. Oh my god. Yeah, there is a second one of these. So that was the... I got a dragon scale, which is going to be useful later. And the dust crown ring, which is an interesting item. Yeah, this... Oh my god, this is like... This was pretty much the most terrifying thing I had to deal with for a long while. Oh. Have I told you about my fear of, like, giant expanses that I can't see the end of? When, like, I can just barely see the end of something in the distance. This is terrifying. This is really scary stuff. So I beat the Hydra. And I come here, and there's nothing. And I'm out of Estus. Hey! What I am going to do, though, because this is not something anyone could know, I'm just going to quit and come back in. Hey, there's something here now. It only spawns once you reload the area. And, oh wow, you can actually see there's a person on its head. Normally it'd be sheathed in crystal, but now the crystal is not a collision, it's just a texture. That is really funny. Look, you can totally see it. That's really hilarious. Oh, you can see the crystal attacks though, which is good. That's what happens when you run out of stamina and someone hits your shield. I'm really lucky I didn't get hit by that second shot. And now the prisoner is released. Hi there.
So, 'tis thou who rescueth me. Most gracious, I am deeply obliged. I am Dusk of Ulasil. I cometh from an age long before thine. I cannot stay here for long. So, before I disappear, allow me to ask one thing. My home, Ulasil, is the home of ancient sorceries. My hope is to pass this profound knowledge to thee, with thine approval. Would this be of assistance to thee?
Yes, if you say no, you don't get her help, you don't get the DLC.
My heartfelt thanks. I am pleased beyond words.
Yeah, Trace, the name of that character was from,
Pray summon me from
kind of like the last time I played Dark Souls, which is more like, okay, let's see, like, before Monster Factory was a thing, like, okay, let's see, like, what kind of monster we can make. So, yep, she's there, she's, now gonna help us. And then I need to go back, talk to her, and that'll trigger something else. Yeah, like this game is really, really, really mean with its yes or no questions. Many times, like, a yes or no question will actually mean, do you want content or do you not want content? And it's not always clear which one it is. God, this place is terrifying. Really glad I got that high ground. Now she left her sign somewhere. Usually it's around here. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the mod just so I can see where it is. But yeah, look at that. Like, there is no obvious way to know where the line is. Do I have to quit and restart again? So first, I think I have to. I don't think you have to be human to summon her, actually. Or I could be mistaken. Okay, no, you might need to be human to actually summon her. Yeah, I think you have to do, because, this is going to be a hassle. Boop. So let's be human. Yeah, I think it's a polygon feature. It's Monster Factory because they try to make the most monstrous characters possible with character creators. It's a thing. Most interesting because like it's a McElroy joint and they tend to be funny. Of course, I'm completely selling short the other person part of that duo, but I forget who it is. And I'm kind of the worst. Okay. Running to and from bonfires. Quality Dark Souls content. Okay. And we're human again. You can tell because the number in the upper left is now bordered in white. I need to like look away when moving through here. Now the crystal people will be back, but the big giant killer thing is gone, so that's good. Excuse me. Oh, here. Terribly sorry I didn't see there. Crystal can curse you, so it's a good thing to not get cursed in this case. Once again, almost killing is really, really not the same as killing. There's a big, big, big difference in Dark Souls. I'm super excited for Awesome Games Done Quick next week. I absolutely love these events. Maybe one day I'll get to participate in some fashion. That would be cool. Not sure how, but really a big fan of them. If they end it with another Super Metroid run, like they often do, I will be keen. Did I mess up? Is she really not here? Oh, it was hidden in the water. There was... Oh, there it is. You have to be really careful never to hit her or else you'll kill her and you will ruin everything.
It is an honor to see thee again. I shall follow thy wishes.
Oh, and you can learn the proper bow, which is always good. She has some cool magic, which I will never use. And an interesting catalyst, which I will never use.
If thou art in need, I wish to may the
However, the fact that she exists means I will get access to the DLC someday. I need to do something important for her, though. That's not going to be. Oh my god, Magic, are you actually participating? Awesome! Yes, please like DM me with the time. I really do not want to miss that. Yeah, always save the animals. So now there's this corpse in the corner here, which has all of her items. The implication being that, you know, they mentioned this earlier, but like the land of Lordran is kind of really messed up time-wise. There is sort of a chronological timeline to how things happen, but timelines kind of intertwine, so I'm meeting people from hundreds of years into the future, into the past, frequently. So I'm meeting both her form over there, where she is quite alive in the past, and I'm seeing her corpse from the future, or which could be my present, where she is long dead. So now I have her equipment, but I can still talk. Dark Souls. It's also how they explain how you like do co-op or get invaded. It's like you're always the chosen undead of your timeline, and since the whole thing is cyclical with everything repeating, you're just crossing your time stream with someone else's who is also on their chosen undead pilgrimage. But the implication could be that you're the only one who actually succeeds or doesn't succeed. It's an interesting way to look at time in a game. It's really neat. So now we done did this. We have some really important equipment. So the next big important thing is to keep on going on our journey. And for that, there is only one path. The path that is now open. The thing with this attack, you can't really be too close to the enemy or else you might miss him. So now there's a path that's been opened. Thanks to the 2 bells, and we will be heading right into it. It is the place where you need to be the most observant, because it is full of really, really mean traps. It's also the place that's often used when people want to talk about Dark Souls being fair or unfair. Alright, I can level up. Can I do something useful? My stats are pretty much where I can boost strength to make my weapons more damaging. Endurance is still giving me a lot of stamina. Vitality is giving you health, which is like, at this rate, health is, yeah, I'm still gonna go Vitality just because I'm about to head off into someplace really, really, well, that stuff is gonna hurt me a lot.
Well,
Gonna buy a few more bolts, and we are golden.
get yourself.
Now, magic is out, but lightning is in, so this is better. Yep. Also, the Crown of Dusk is interesting because it raises your magic attack but it also makes all magic damage you take like higher. So it's a high risk versus reward item, which is really neat. Like design-wise, that's really, really a cool idea. Yeah, that's the great thing about Dark Souls. You can play it in any order. Well, not any. You need to ring those 2 bells. You can go to Blighttown and ring that bell before you go to the tower, to like the bell tower and fight the gargoyles. You can do a ton of stuff, and NPCs will be in different places. I haven't gone here before, so I didn't talk to an NPC that was here. Now, he'll react differently once I meet him. Okay, let's see how colorless mode affects. Oh, see, now it's actually quite easy. Look at this. Like, this looks very much like, okay, entrance, here we go. But in this mode, now you can like more easily see, oh yeah, there's totally this pad, like this little square tile on the ground right here, which is raised. If you just walk in, first thing, you will just get killed. Ow! See, it kind of sends darts out, but those can soak them up. You see how that second enemy kind of recoiled? If you just miss them with this attack, it's so powerful. They'll actually, like, recoil back a little bit just from the shockwave. Some enemies can also do this. Alright, so big snake man. I know these are snake men because there are snake ladies elsewhere. Oh, there it is. Soul of a brave warrior. There are these statues of dark knights everywhere here, and they're really under. Yeah, this is the fabled Sen's fortress. This is where all the shit happens. Oh, I'm getting invaded. Well, it's a good thing I'm at the start. Because then when I die, I can just, like, go back here easily. You'll notice I can't quit the game. They're probably waiting here. They usually wait here or someplace. And they'll often, like, spawn in an entirely different area. Oh, they're there. Sorry, just don't want to fight you here. Okay. Alright, he's using power within. Or he just... Oh no, he raised his defense up quite a bit. If the mod wasn't on, you'd see he's like made of metal. Alright, cool, it's over. Don't really need to be human. Oh yeah, sure. Always indict. Always. Okay, now the usual check. My stats are good. Didn't lose anything. Everything checks out. Not a hacker. Cool. Alright. Oh yeah, I don't really need this. Alright. Feel free to keep rhyming in the chat. I really appreciate it. So you only really need, well, you only really should be human later on in Sen's Fortress. So it's all right. There we go. Those darts are strong enough to kill one of them. See, it was still invincible, but it did recoil from the shock. Let's see, where's my bloodstain? Oh, there it is. Alright. So, Sen's Fortress. Sen's Fortress, place of traps, where the observant are rewarded, and the unobservant are pretty much dead. Like, look at this place. Look at this great big place of traps and everything, like spikes here and pots, and if you look down, those big scary statues. My favorite part of this whole place, because like these usually won't kill you, but they will knock you down into the place with the big demon statues. And let me just turn the mod off for a second. And you see, like, they're there. What you usually won't notice though until you fall down is there's a reason why the ground there is really dark. The ground is tar. When you fall down, or even if you fall down willingly, and you jump down, I'm going to take care of it. You jump down, the whole floor is tar. You move incredibly slowly and ponderously because you stick to the floor. And that is the genius of this place. Like, you think you have outsmarted the traps, but then there's a small detail that, oh, surprises you and then you die. Another reason why the rusted iron ring is useful here, because it means you won't get affected by that gun. Alright, so again, enemy, just need to time it, walk up, and we're good. However, if you look... Oh, you can't see it because of the camera. Right here, there's a lady snake person, and she will throw lightning at me. I won't be able to see it, but it's gonna add another wrinkle. So there she goes. So I need to stay here under where she can't hurt me. I love this sword because of this. Now, I could engage with her, but it's probably not the best idea. It's hard to get a lock on. I might just like fall off, so let's not. There's at least one item I want in this place. There's a really useful ring here. And I need to speak to someone. Now, if you time it right, her lightning will hit these things. my sword triggered like a floor thing that sent darts. I'm really glad I was just a pixel to the left. I should have been more observant. But I was lucky. Large shards. These will be really useful. And there's this guy who's just napping on the job. It's just really adorable, so I just let him here. I could go down and fight him, but what's the use? And while I was distracted, something happened here. There's these giant balls that keep rolling. Proud Mary, keep on burning. So I need to be really... I probably missed the timing here. Nope, just made it. And I'm really lucky that she decided to wander off. Okay. So here we are. If a ring of steel protection, ring gives you extra armor. That is a very, very useful ring. In fact, I probably want that ring. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's like 1/3 more defense than Colorless. Okay, so great big boulders coming down. But I'll just go here. Shotel is a specialty weapon. It's a weird one. I never use it, but you can use it to hit behind someone's shield, so they can't protect against it. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I am Dietmar of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall, or a ball to be precise. I'm afraid I'm a bit too tough to be outrunning those things. So here I sit in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak.
Good old Dark Souls NPCs who always end their sentences with
Perhaps I should try some rolling. They try. My head would spin.
Alright, talking to him was important because now he'll be somewhere else later. Sigmire is a fun character, always very optimistic, and an example of the terrible influence you have on the people of this world. I'll go into more detail later, but one of the fan theories is that going hollow, which is what happens in this, like, all the enemies that kind of look zombified and stuff like that, they went hollow. They stopped being like sentient beings and just became monsters. And they say, like, everyone who has the dark sun, which is like that little thing on the back of your neck that you can't really see on the model, will eventually go hollow. So that's why they put you in an asylum. And the NPCs you meet in the game, for pretty much all of them, I think every single one of them, there's maybe a couple exceptions, if you complete their personal story, they will go hollow because they have nothing left to live for. Which is really sad. Oh my god! I think the person who made the mod is in the chat. That's awesome! Hey! Gassan PL, thank you very much. This has been a really, really fun experience. It's really, really neat. It's essentially like a good way for me to actually get to know this game all over again. Normally this is the brightest room in the game, but now it's just a dungeon. Oh, that's right, yeah, they used that. It's a really cool mod. It's like, oh, it made me want to play Dark Souls again. And I played this game so much. I really didn't think there would be something, ouch, that would like make me want to play it again. Okay, so here we have this whole contraption. Boulders are being dropped here. They're pushed down there. And the stuff happens. Now, we can actually control where they go, though. Yeah, I kind of messed up with the setting. I like put the second value way up, which meant that anything like really close to me, like this whole room would have been like one shade of black. And I went through Blighttown like that, being unable to see anything. And I made it through until I realized, oh, I'm a dummy. I put the setting the wrong way. That was a challenge, though. That was a really interesting challenge. So now, remember the fun little fellow who was sleeping? Well, let's just wake him up. Still got a bit of hit point left. So now, I put this on this setting here, and the balls just harmlessly drop off the edge. So I can go down here now, and see there's a path over there. But I'm gonna start down here. Actually, wait, I need a key. There's gonna be someone here in the dungeon down there who will need a key. Might as well get that first. That's a pit. Oh, that's right. I think there's an elevator there. It's tricky going down that place. I wonder. Okay, so I'm just really going about this the wrong way. I think what I need is... yeah, that leads outside, where I was before. This leads to where I just was. Okay, now... some of the stuff you can really see better. Oh yeah, the, Gassan, like, the Hydra fight was terrifying with this mod. Oh my god. Oh, this, I was wrong before. This is the brightest room. Usually someone leaves behind a sign that says praise the sun somewhere here. Alright, more of this fun. And if you listen, you can hear a snake burst. Forget where they are, though. Which is not a good thing. This one you just have to go straight through one go. It's interesting that they put the Shotel in this place because these the snake people have an attack where they bite with their head in this manner, and they go through your shield that way. So they're kind of like there's more than one thing in this place that can go through your guard. Yeah, Zweihander. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun just playing through the entire game with the mod on, just because like it kind of tests my knowledge because I have to remember where all the items are, and it means that all the magic stuff is invisible. So that's another challenge, but it's just cool. It's fun to rediscover the game this way. And it lets me talk about the design of Dark Souls. Just because I'm playing it, because I love this game and it does so many really cool things from a game design perspective. Some more large shards, which I will really, really appreciate. 2, 4, 6, 8, what do we appreciate? Some shards. Is there an enemy right here? I think I remember them being like... Oh, there it is. See, okay. Now I got a bit of a way to go, and then that, so you could go slowly, but hey, there's a person right there. Bye! And she died. Okay, cool. Okay, so we're good for now. It's really interesting to see the whole, like, this whole place from so high up. You can't go through here in one. You have to do this. There's also a couple of plates here. And we are up, and this is how the boulders are being delivered. It's just this giant who's just like picking them up from an infinite pile and dropping them. Okay, so there's another guy here. He's picking explosive pots and chucking it. I have to wait till the sound is over. Oh. And I'm just gonna calmly walk off this ledge here. Because there's a hidden balcony with a bonfire. You really have to know that there's a bonfire there to actually do this. But hey, this is cool. We can repair stuff. We can't quite level up, but that's okay. This is the only safe spot, pretty much. Also, the Zweihander is really cool in these small corridors because you can reliably attack only vertically with it, so it's not going to get caught on the sides. Which is like, that is really cool for a game to actually allow you to, like, for fact, actually consider the fact that your swings can get caught up on the sides of stuff. I think that's a really nice touch. I forget if there's an item here, I don't think so. I could go down here and do stuff, but I don't want to. Like, eventually I could go down and kill all the statues. They'll give me demon type knight, which is really, really useful for some weapons. But again, that's maybe beyond the scope of this stream. Something died. Always cool. Now, this enemy is on patrol. And there's another enemy right around the corner here. So this is going to be a bit of... Oh, unless I'm mistaken and I'm thinking of somewhere else. Oh yeah, I'm probably thinking of one level down. Yep. Smash! Yep, there he is. Okay. Always happy to get upgrade materials. Okay, so next up... normal swing, right to left. If I do... That's dumb. If I do a heavy swing, and then a normal attack, now it's left to right. Because it kind of follows where the weapon is at that time, and that's really cool. And that's a thing that makes you resistant to fire, which is good because there's a giant chucking fire everywhere. So we kind of skipped a bit of content back there because we're waiting to get a key, which we should be getting soon. Chuck it. He checked it behind you, which gives you time to keep going. All of this essentially so I can go where he is. Later, dude. Hey, I just got over 900 Twitter followers. Go me. So, these two ominous-looking cages will prove useful later on. Now we're up here. And again, more terrifying whiteness. Terrifying blank nothingness. Maybe this will have some form of therapeutic purpose. Because it is unnerving as hell to be going through this place. Alright, we're getting there. And here he is! Okay, now he's really mad. He's gonna wreck everything. And then get real tired. That did a lot of damage. Yes, I want him to do this. I don't want to get hit. But afterwards he gets real tired and then I can just kill him. There we go. He has a different death animation if he's crouching. Which is neat. Now I can just like break his stuff and he won't bother me anymore. He never comes back. You can kill the one who's dropping all the giant boulders, and he will come back because the system has to keep going. And this giant figure is an ominous bit of foreshadowing. But it's okay, we just beat the one thing that would have ruined our day really easily. So we're good. Don't need to go there right now. That is the boss door, not going there right now. So next up, now we can do some exploring of Sen's Fortress. I'm also just like reminded of the very, very difficult runs I did of this game, and I realized, like, okay, I really, really love this game. Like, at some point I did a New Game Plus 7 run, which essentially means, like, there's a mod or something, so you start the game, and the game is already at New Game Plus 7. That's when it caps out, when it, like, every time you beat the game and you loop to a New Game Plus, everything gets a bit harder. New Game Plus 7 is where it stopped getting harder. So you start, and the game is the hardest it will ever be, but you're like level 1. Even the first enemy is insurmountable. But I managed to make it and beat it, so that was interesting. I really love this game, folks. Nope, not fast enough, buddy. See, like, just at the edge, and he recoiled a bit. Oh. It's a question of inches. And you get here, and there's nothing. But not quiet. Okay, you can't see it, but let me just turn off the mod for a second. Why is this empty hallway here? Because of that guy. While you're here, you can spin the camera around and remember, hey, that's right. There's, can you see him? Like right under the blue icon at the top left. That's the Titan who pulled the rope, pulled the chain, and opened the door. You can go out there and kill him. He is somewhere. It's just, this place is just to let you know, hey, there's an enemy out there you haven't killed yet. There's probably another way to get there. And that's really cool. Every place has a purpose. This place's purpose is just to let you know there's probably a way to get at that. I could go here and kill him. I don't want to. He's fine. Okay. Now. I think I'll die if I fall from here. But I want to get there. So let's see if we can do it. This is a really tricky jump. Alright, cool. Hello.
Ah, what? What? Who are you? Ah, another undead, eh? I took on Sam's fortress alone, but I'm no different from those vile creatures. I was driven by conceit. Ah, that you can handle. Yes, I remember that feeling. For I was the same. So, let me help you out with your soul searching.
The merchants in this game are like either really happy or incredibly depressing. But this guy does have a point because he never goes hollow. He is one of the rare NPCs who never goes hollow because he just sells stuff. Apparently, if you're like invested in something, it just keeps you going. However, talk to him, buy stuff enough from him, and you will hear him like mumbling to himself and kind of starting to lose it. Which means that given enough time, he will probably go hollow, but not within the game.
There's nothing more to say. I'm finished. We're both on the brink, you see. And
this game. It's just like all these tiny details. And this is a place where you can buy a large titanite. He vastly inflates the price. It's really not a good idea to buy it from him. But if you're desperate, you can get it. He has some really cool stuff, like the greatsword. More ammunition. He has thunder and spell stoneplate rings for more defense. He even sells the Katarina, the big onion armor, which is really, really good. But he sells the steel armor, which is my favorite armor in the game. And this is why I'm here.
go along, try and make something, but nothing more.
Thank you, Mr. Despair. So, 4,000. There's a little game I like to play where I go into the inventory and use souls before the plus goes away, because if you catch it, it'll just add to the plus. I've played this game a lot. Oh, 5,000. Sorry.
Nothing at all.
And he gets really offended when you don't buy anything. Alright.
Anything you want? What's mine is yours. There you go, another break, but soon you shall see a beautiful face.
So he's fun. Okay. Now I get to use my favorite armor in the game. Can I wear the boots too? Almost wear the boots too. There we go. Check this out. Yeah, I really, really love the look of that. Even without, like, even just in texture. God, I love the look of that. Alright, I'm happy. Let's keep going. This is a giant, really tall place you do not want to just fall off of. Kind of harkens back to the Demon Souls first towers, which it's a nice little design. You don't really see this design very often in Dark Souls, but you saw it a lot in early Demon Souls. So, hey girl, what's up? Smash! Oh, almost. You had the right idea, but there we go. Cage key. Now we can get to business. There's another mod I like to play. I really like to give myself a challenge back in the day. Some of the things I did was use mods that made me permanently Gravelorded, so every area in the game that you can do multiplayer in has extra enemies set up so that if you get affected by someone who's part of the Gravelord Covenant, like, those enemies will spawn in your game, and if they kill you, then that player will get rewarded. However, this almost never happens, so there's a mod that just adds those enemies to your game. So that makes it more challenging, which is cool. And there's another mod that I think the aggression mod, which makes it so that every enemy that is loaded in the game walks towards you. So enemies don't just sit in place. Everyone is out to get you from the moment you enter an area, and that makes it really different and sometimes really difficult. But it makes it really cool to play because it changes everything. And breathing some fresh air into Dark Souls is always a cool thing. Like, this is how I'm really liking this mod, because it's making it feel fresh. And you'll notice these folks are also using the steel armor. Never get greedy. I could have went for the... Oh, no. You're not healing. Nice try. Nothing. Oh. So while we're here, we're going to do some other, like, get some optional stuff. But afterwards, we're going to be freeing somebody, opening up some doors, and getting a very useful item. I'm sorry you missed me. Nope. That's the use of having a lot of poise. You can just push through an attack and not get interrupted. And the rare Ring of Sacrifice, which is very useful. I will use it exactly once in the game. At a place where you pretty much have to. You don't have to. There is a way to avoid using it. But there is a place in the game where you have to die. If you're clever, you can avoid it. If not, you're just gonna die. Yeah, that was Rickard, who is another just person who came and kind of lost it here. His rapier is interesting because it can like do a multiple poke attack with a strong attack, which is really neat. But I'm not using a dexterity build, so it's not super useful. Now, these things here. Okay, the left one. The left one. That's the shortcut to the entrance. And we are at the entrance now. Which is really, really useful. Unless, of course, I get, like, hit by lightning. But as soon as the door closes, we're good. So now, like a usual elevator, like, wait, counterweight, so now I have a way to get back here. And to go back to the blacksmith very quickly. Which is the really useful thing about it. So, I could do something really foolish here. Let's see if it works. Okay, I go here. He kind of gets mad, but don't worry, buddy. I just want to go down here. There we go. That was a nice little shortcut. And now I think he's in combat mode, so he's not going to drop boulders anymore. But that's fine, because that thing is still open. And we get a great little moment where that dude is still leaning up against the wall that's broken down. Which is funny. Hello, friend.
You seem quite lucid. I am Logan. I have a black mold on this place.
Big Hat Logan.
Oh, and but I must log a few things first. Speak with me.
So he's going to be at Firelink Shrine, which will allow him to sell me sorcery. But he's not going to do that because I don't have high enough intelligence. That's okay, I don't really want to use magic. However, the real usefulness of him being there means that he's going to move on to other places. And eventually he will let me get something cool. I think. Alright, so now keep your ears peeled for a very specific sound. Now the wheels, the whole mechanism for the boulders is still running, but they're not. The boulders aren't. You heard that? The fact that I walked and I entered through this door made the mechanism automatically change position to start rolling boulders ahead of me. There's no switch that does this. It's just something in the game knows I'm here, so it starts sending boulders. And you can hear the mechanism turning. There's nothing you can do to stop it. It's just there, and it's another neat little thing that's different. You might not notice it, but it's there. Ah, thank you, Bageling. See, it's turning again. However, since the Titan is still in attack mode, he's not sending boulders, which is really good for me. And really bad for this person. I could drop down here and get an item. I think it's the Hush Ring that makes your steps silent, which is good if you're sneaky. I am not sneaky, so I'm not getting that. Being sneaky has its advantages, but not for me. And now we have the Black Sorcery set with Hush, which means like a couple places kind of refer to the mages that were also kind of thief-like, and that's one of them. So that's open, that's here. I wonder if I can go down this place without getting killed. Made it. So, that's a chest. We get to this room by going down the place with the boulders. And here's this almost bottomless pit where the boulders at the end of their journey come to rest. If I quit and reload, the Titan will probably be back into the motor. He can start chucking stuff. So let's see that. Let's see if my theory holds true. Yep. You can hear the boulders coming. And here they go. And they fall into that pit. So you follow this down. I'm gonna use a humanity for one of the rare uses, which is to heal myself, and also because I kind of want to become human again so I can summon. But yeah, using a humanity heals you. This is how invaders heal themselves. They just pop humanities. They're hard to get, but you can buy them in some places. And this chest is very special. It is the most special chest in the game. Can you see what is happening? Look very, very closely at the place where the chest opens. It's going to be clear if I do this. Just give it a moment. There is something in the chest. That is the first mimic you encounter in the entire game. You won't get another one for quite a while. And the only difference between this chest and the others, if you really take your time, you can see it move. but it's kind of hard to see because of the mod, but each chest has a chain next to it. If the chain points towards the front of the chest, if the chain points to you, that is a mimic. And if you are very clever and you notice all of this and you say, alright, cool, well, I'll just hit the chest, you get another surprise. So let's see what happens. That is a big mimic. That is an unhappy thing. That is, yeah, that is not your that is not your grandpa's mimic. That is a scary looking thing. And when you defeat it, it drops the item it was carrying, which is a lightning spear, which is very, very useful. This weapon is a big deal. But yeah, mimics. Dark Soul mimics are the best mimics. And in Dark Souls 2, they even managed to make them even freakier. So, hey, look at what's happened here. The hole filled up, and the next boulder crashed through the wall, revealing this little area, which has a corpse, which has the covetous gold serpent ring, which is a ring that makes rare items drop more frequently. That is one of the most useful items in the game. And it's hidden here. And if you fall down the pit, you can use the ladder to go back up. And it kind of lets you know, hey, this pit isn't bottomless. So, if you're patient, you get something out of it. And that's really cool. Let's use the elevator to go back up. And also, that elevator is the meanest elevator ever. However, if you're observant, you can tell some stuff. The elevator is covered in blood, and look at how the chain reacts. It goes up, stops, goes up again, and then starts coming down. So what you need to do you get up right away because it keeps going. And it goes up right into spikes. So if you don't get up immediately, you get squished and spiked. And that kills you instantly. Dark Souls! I love this game. Oh my god, bonfire mimics. Can you imagine if they had put bonfire mimics in this game? Oh my god. I'm not sure I want to consider possibilities of a bonfire mimic. Alright, so back to the bonfire. I could just use this. I have plenty. Not gonna level up, but I will use the shortcut to go back down, buy some last stuff from our friend Andre, the blacksmith, and then we will go meet the mightiest character in Dark Souls. A character so incredible. You can only see him in one place. Well, technically two, but really it's just one. And it's here. Yeah, the skull. Yeah, Mageling, the Scholar of the First Sin areas. Those were not fun. Those were not fun events. I really was surprised. I think I still have the streams from when I was like really complete. This, like, I was not expecting that. Here the snakes give up. Also, I could just sit on the bonfire and they vanish, so that's neat.
Well, you need.
Okay, I can get a heavier crossbow, which is a big deal. Alright. Now I have... The great thing is, my shield and my weapons are all +6, which means from this point on up to +10, I can just boost them at any bonfire power. And I'll use the rest of my large titanite for my main weapon, and the rest I'll just use as is. On a need to use basis, I'll just find them and use them. Which is great that you can do this without a blacksmith.
Don't get yourself.
Alright, so we're good. Now it's time for... Oh, right. Now we're human, so it's time to go do something awesome. Hopefully I can make it there without getting killed or invaded. Fingers crossed. It's useful, the whole shockwave stun thing, when you have another enemy behind the one you're attacking. Alright. Illusory wall mimic, that's too much. Stop it. Stop it. The world doesn't need more mimics. Oh, by the way, you see that there's serpent people down there too. Just waiting. Alright. So here we are. Oh, okay, wrong way. Whoops. It's great that the camera pulls away when you're outside and then pulls in when you're in, like, close quarters. I also love the sound design of this game. It really feels like a labor of love. Goodbye. So here's the boss gate. Oh, I could summon a friend. But there's only one friend I need. The unstoppable, indomitable Iron Tarkus. And if you know about Tarkus, then probably know the legend of the unstoppable NPC. You can only summon him to help here. However, there is a... Oh, nope. Sorry. Goodbye. No thank you. So that is the Iron Golem. That's a wind thing that I can't see. And it's grab Tarkus, which is bad. But Tarkus has like infinite hit points, so it's... The big thing about this fight, don't get knocked off the roof. Now, it gets wobbly, You have to keep attacking it. And if you do it right, he might follow it. Yes! And that is why you only need Iron Tarkus. He's all you need, really. There's a really cool video online where someone summons Tarkus, goes to fight the golem, and Tarkus beats the boss by himself. Like, doesn't even get damaged, just like hit, and then just knocks the Iron Golem off the roof. Yeah, all the NPCs have weird health bar artifacts. Could be because I think I have the HUD. No, I turned off the transparency, but it's still there. Could just be my card. So, now here, we have the way to Anorlando. However, it's been walled in. But thankfully, there is a texture here that is not rendered. A Ring of Light. This is one of the best cutscenes in the game. I wonder how it looks with this mod, so let's see. If you've played Demon Souls, you've also seen this scene. It's like, pretty much, they just lifted the animations from that. I'm excited because that is usually a cool cutscene. So yeah, as a throwback to Demon Souls, they just like, hey, what's up? We're just gonna pluck you and send you off to the land of the gods. That is pretty cool, though. You don't get the awesome reveal, but look at that. That is really nice. Hey, this place literally feels like heaven because you can't see anything except white light. Just to let you know, though, if you don't know what this place actually looks like, check this out. That is one of the most visually impressive places in the game. It's just like a city of churches and cathedrals. And this place in the background, hanging out, let you know, hey, don't forget about me. So yeah, this is like, and with the sun shining and everything, it's a really cool place. But right now it's just a white, barren place that you can hardly see or make out. But there's buildings, so let's see what's up there. It really changes the feel of some areas, and that's really cool. You just beat a boss and you haven't had a bonfire. So what happens? The enemies won't attack you unless you get too close. They will leave you alone. They don't want trouble. Not yet. But they will. And bonfire. Here we are. And there's someone here.
Well, you are a rare visitor. Welcome to the lost city of Anorlando, chosen undead. If you seek Lord Gwyn's old keep, exit here and head straight yonder. If you are the chosen one, a revelation shall visit thee. What follows thereafter depends upon you.
And she can reinforce my Estus Blast, which is great. Because I had a Firekeeper soul.
What is it? What am I? Well, I am the keeper of the bonfire. If not for me, what beacon would there be in this lost city? A gatekeeper and a guide.
Hey there.
That is my calling.
So she's interesting because she is a Firekeeper. There's a lot of bonfires in this game. Only a few of them have Firekeepers. And these bonfires are special for a very specific reason. If you kill the Firekeepers, the bonfire will go out. And they also have a second usefulness to them, which will go on a bit later. So repair my stuff. And level up because I have a ton of souls. So yeah, I can like... More health. Always a good thing. Oh, I actually know it. I should probably get myself some... Yeah, some more stamina. Just divide it evenly. Sort of. Okay. So about 46 and a bit. There we go. Can get a little bit more armor. Okay. So look at this place. They'll probably call it here because this is a pretty big area and there is a side area, and look how gigantic this all is. But I at least want to do the two little side places here. And see how much of a bother these guys are. I pulled both of them at the same time, which was a terrible mistake. So let's go back a bit. Hopefully one of them will back up. There we go. One of them is back up. Their shield will block everything. I hit the shield, nothing happens. And he's in full-on disengage mode. So yeah, it's all about getting behind those shields. And not getting hit when you do the shield slam, because that hurts. There we go. ABB, always be blocking. And don't mess up your dodge timing. You can also literally run through their legs, which is cool. That's a very anime moment. We both attack and end up behind each other, and then the true victor of the engagement is revealed. This is all about your attack animation too. Because if your attack hits the shield, it is completely nullified. So long as the attack hits their body before the shield, we're good. Okay, that chain is pointing away. That is not a mimic. There's no chest here. Okay, so there should be another chest over there. Unfortunately, I don't really take song requests. I don't have a setup for it. I should probably look into it. That sounds like a good idea, because Dark Souls is very atmospheric. There's very, very little music, but what music there is well placed. Also, notice that the statues in these places are actually teasing foes that you will encounter later on. Good old strategy, works in any MMO. You just send off a shot to pull someone. There we go. Run through their legs and... No. Prince and the Pauper, I guess. Was it in Prince and the Pauper, or... the Giant? Like, two in a row or something? I should look into it. I forget where that actually came from. There's like a little tailor who beats Giant. I only saw the Mickey Mouse version, so. Is that a mimic? Can you see? Yep, that's totally a mimic. You do not want to be grabbed by the mimic. It has a grab attack that will kill you. Because it does what you expect. It just literally eats you. Is that a mimic? Nope. You can also just hit the chest, it's alright. But I kind of like just checking visually. Alright. We're doing pretty good. I'm gonna at least go check out the first enemy at the bottom, because that's a really, really cool little encounter. Oh, if you can link me to that video, Lucy, I would love to see that. Ah, I just love the look of this game with this mod. It's so cool. So, another great part. Oh, hey, this is an elevator. I really dig the architecture. When you play with the aggression mod, every time you come through here, every single one of those giant sentinels will crowd up at the top and start, like, falling down this hallway and just kill themselves from the fall damage. It's quite a sight. And I forget if there's an item here. Maybe not. Maybe I just check every single time. Either way, let's keep going. Because look at that, it's a gargoyle. And oh. Look at that, it's a crash. Let's try again. And we're back. Thankfully, I'm just capturing the whole monitor, so if this happens, we're good. Oh wow, straight back to this place. Okay. That was a crash. I remember, like, this place here, someone was doing, I think, like a no-depth run or something, and then he just jumped a little too early and landed here and died, and that essentially just ruined his run. All because he wanted to save, like, a couple seconds. Alright, please don't crash. So far, so good. That's pretty annoying. You should stop doing that. I wonder if they can just, like, literally fall off the edge here if they're not careful. There we go. Oh, nice, the helmet. That's a really, really cool helmet. I love that helmet. Oh, almost. Almost. I can probably just find something. There we go. Yeah, look at that. I love that helmet. Yeah, okay, I'm happy. This was a good outcome. And I can't really keep going because I'm just gonna fall to my death. But I can go here. And oh, okay, wrong side. If I drop down here and go through here, I said I'd stop, but I'm just keeping going because Dark Souls. I love this game. There we go, chest. And now we have the very, very unorthodox way of progressing, which is walking up this thing. I always find it very difficult, so I just go slowly. And then you have to do this jump here. Alright, cool, we're good. And you have to find the one that's broken in, because you can't see the textures. And you're into... Oh, that's right. Forgot about you. Nope. So check this place out. The only real way to go is up here. And you have to navigate this part. You have to do it very carefully. Or else this happens. Bye. Then I switch to my shorter sword because I can poke with it. You gotta be really careful here. And that's a big chandelier, which we're gonna cut down because we can. Because that's what you do in video games. Also, there is something glowing on it, and doing this, you can then go grab it. Yeah, these folks are better encountered in a straight line. Goodbye. There's also like more of these guys on the bottom floor, but they don't really seem too unnerved when their buddies fall from the rafters. Probably just, you know, it happens. Like, oh, another one fell today. Whoops. And another one. They really should be more careful up there. Oh well, we got infinite copies of them, so we're good. There's a divine blessing I could be getting, but I don't really want to. And that's just. The game froze. That was a weird error. Yeah, I think the game's trying to tell me, hey, you should probably stop playing now. And the enemy just, like, casually falls dead. Oh, that's right, I'm dead, sorry. Oh. Maybe it can't handle the big splice? I don't know, it's weird. I just want to do this one thing to set up the next part. So we are here at the world's most impractical elevator. There's really no reason this should work. This is a very, very terrible way to make something happen. Like it's just really bad design from a world building point of view. Like, why would you do this? Like, make something incredibly expensive and complicated and fragile, and it can only really work like, oh, it can like let some people go to some places. If not, we have to move the entire staircase to change the way people can go around. But you know, that's how the architect wanted it, I guess. I guess I just love, like, cutting off boss tails when I can. I kind of like that they didn't give me anything for that. No, you already got 2 axes. You're good. Why would you ever want more than 2 axes? Stop it. And goodbye. Nice! That was probably the last gargoyle. So they patched it so that the last rare thing, the last rare enemy you kill will always give you its rare drops if you haven't gotten them already. Which is a really cool touch. I really love this design feature. Where did I hear about this mod? I think it was on Reddit. I think I saw someone posting on Reddit and then I followed the link and it led to your post. I think that's where it was because I remember seeing a couple of pictures. I think it was like people think, oh, look at this cool mod. So now we're in this great big giant hall with some dead bodies. Hey, dead buddy. Oh, hey. Eventually they zig when they should have zagged, and that kind of puts an end to their career. So, gonna slowly make our way to the other side, because we do not want too many of them attacking us at the same time. That is a bad place to be. Like that. I really didn't want that to happen. But I came out of it okay. I still have my Christmas tree up. I'm gonna keep that up for a while because I love that tiny little tree. Nope. Nope. And nope. Okay. There should be one more. There is. Oh, another one. I love timing the heavy attacks with their charge. So what's this curled up in the corner here? Oh, if the mod was talked about on Kotaku, that's probably where I saw it. So we have a corpse with black iron armor and weapons. That is where ends the tale of Iron Tarkus. Not with a bang, but with a fall from a great height because he was super heavy in big armor and he couldn't navigate the rafters and fell and died. So he managed to beat the golem single-handedly, but he was bested by some really tricky level design. Which is kind of sad. But that's how it ends. That's how his story ends, but ours keeps going. So what is this great big slate? Let me turn off the mod for a second. That is a giant painting of a snowy bridge and a mountain and a castle. Oh, I didn't notice my skirt actually matches my shield. That's pretty cool. So what does this painting mean? Well, there once was an abomination who had no place in this world. She clutched this doll tightly and eventually was drawn into a cold and lonely painted world. So I have this, and that is the biggest giant painting in the world, so let's give it a look. I see this giant thing, probably priceless. Seems important. Many folks were actually guarding it. I guess I'll touch it, is what goes through my character's mind. Yeah, I'll just touch this priceless thing. Oh, and of course it eats me. Of course that's what happens. Can't really get away. And now we are in the painted world with the castle at the top and the snowy bridge and everything in it. That is a really cool touch. This by the way was, I think, the original demo of Dark Souls. They used different bosses and different placements, but they reused this entire area in the game through the painted world, and that's a really neat way of doing it. I may probably get invaded right now. That's usually what happens. So I'm gonna try to boost this thing if I can before that happens. Alright. So I can level up too. Might as well. So let's end it here. At the painted world of Arians. That's gonna be a really cool game next time. Alright, yeah. I guess. Okay. Whew. So thanks for tagging along. That was really cool. We explored some neat places, and God, I love this mod. This is like thanks Gassan for making this, because it really breathes new life into an old game and makes me want to discover more of it just to see how it looks. And it's a really cool challenge to more or less have to like remember where things are without having visual cues. And it's cool. So thanks for tagging along again. Have good holidays if holidays are still up. Enjoy the rest of the year, because wow, New Year's Eve is like tomorrow. That's really close. And have a good one. Take care of yourselves. That's really important. And let's keep making wonderful things together. Bye-bye.